Right, welcome to Last Cast. I'm back. Been off for a little while, had a bloody heart attack, but hey, it's pike season, so I'm back out here. Bob's has to carry me to the bank nowadays, and then I can sort of play up on it and get him to take all my gear back to the car. But yeah, we're out, first session of the year, back on our favourite river. Water's well down. I mean, it's a good probably 6-10 foot down on where it would normally be, but we'll give it a bash anyway. I'm fishing two short 10-foot rods, which are new, and I'll do a review on them later on. Been looking basically for a 10-foot rod that had a bit of backbone. I think you'll see from some of the vids last year that I bought a couple of Dayward Black Widows, and they were great. They were good little rods. They landed me pike up to about 19.5, no problem, in some really tight little swims. They just didn't have enough backbone when I was wanting to, say, fish a river like this, and I need to get a big weight and a big dead bait out there. These are Savage Gear MPP bait rods, and so far I'm really impressed with them. As I say, they're only 10 foot, but they've got a good bit of backbone. But as I say, later on in the day I'll go through them in more depth. Set up usual float ledger that you've seen us use in the past. I'm fishing with these two large Pike Pros, Pike Pro traces on, and then I've got lamprey on both. We've fished this before and we've had some reasonable chub out and chub runs, so hence the reason that I'm sticking with a lamprey. I'm just fishing half sections normally, as you'll see from the previous vids. I do like to fish the whole lamprey, but at the moment we've only managed to get hold of half, so we're fishing with those. Bob's is fishing the side of me. He's got one down against the trees here and then one out there. He's fishing lamprey on one and roach on the other. I forgot what I was talking about then. So we're out again, same ledger setup, etc. He's fishing his usual 12-foot rods. So yeah, we're set up, we're in. It's a lovely day, crisp. Everything's starting to fall off the trees. Bit of frost last night, so it might help things a little bit. As I say, I'm probably in about, I don't know, 10-12 foot of water. As I say, normally it would be probably best part of 20 foot of water where we are, but it is what it is. So we'll get cracking. We've measured up, ledgered up and got them out, and let's see if we can get some pike on the bank. See you soon. Oh, way up. That's just moved slightly. We've had a bit of movement there, peeps. I think there's something messing with it. Is that me or is it moving? Lineup's gone flat now. There's one on that. One on mine and all good. We've got a double hookup. Yep. You in? Yep. We've got a double hookup here, people. Oh, and we're in. One problem. Yeah, one net. Right. Oh, problem solved. Yeah, mine's off. Right, I'll bag up for you, but I'll net for you. Right, lost mine. Good start to the day. Where do you want me around there? Yeah. Need to be away from that.
Yeah, I just went round it once. Yeah, there's a big knife. It's not a small one. It's a good start, isn't it?
Yeah.
A good normal start.
Right, that's one off the mark for Bob's. And what do I always say? It's not a monster, but it's a nice, clean, lean fighting machine. So yeah, good start to the session, that. Double hookup. Unfortunately I lost mine. I think it was a similar size to Bob's, but probably just a little bit bigger. They're wolfing them. I might have to get Bob's to unhook some of mine because I'm on blood thinning drugs. So it's not me being the Jess if you see Bob's unhooking them for me. It's just me not wanting to bleed to death on the riverbank. That's a nice clean fish. Doesn't look like it's been caught before, all its teeth intact.
A good start.
Yeah, get it back in.
First time we've had a double cook for a while, isn't it?
I think it's the first time we've had one in all the years we've been fishing together, isn't it?
Yeah. Right.
Excellent. Right, I will sort mine out and get it back out.
That roach, isn't it?
Was it the roach it hit? Yeah.
Yeah, there's one on that.
Which one?
That one there.
Out there again. Right. Same rod again. Seems to have a bit of an inquiry. Let's just knock that off. Yep, we're on. There goes. Probably the same fish, I think. It looks the similar size. You manage it, Bobs. Oh, jumped in the net. Yeah. I'll hold it whilst you get up. I'm making a bit of a mess of this because I'm just trying to avoid getting cut. But there we go. Nice little fish. A couple of marks on it, but it's clean. Let's just get that out. Again, good advantage here of the barbless hooks. He says, right, let's just... No, you're right, I just... it's a bloody barbed one that's gone in the net. There we go. Right.
Yeah, mine's got off down the river.
Right, let's get him back in, or her. A bit slower there, as I say, I've just got to watch myself with the... let's let it just rest a bit. I think that's probably the one I lost earlier. Felt about the same. Yeah. Right, that's swimming nice and strong. Let's let it go. Thank you, Mr. Pike, or Mrs. Pike. Right, there's another double hook up. Bob's came off. Mine was okay, although we've got a bit of a kink in the trace, I think. Oh, there we go, sorted it. As I say, mine wasn't as slicker unhook as I would like, but it's just pure and simply I've got to be very careful with these getting cut and bleeding out. I've seen Bob's CPR and it's not very good, so just watch it and take it steady. Let's get these back in. Right, so that's we've only been here half an hour or so and we've had 4 fish on, landed 2. Yeah, they're not monsters, but then, you know, it's early on in the season and the fish, that's the main thing. Right, get that back on. Was yours on the same rod again? Right, there we go. What? Oh yeah, it's jumping in it. Might be a chub. Yeah, that's a fish. Yeah, it's off. Was it a zander? Yeah. Right, here we go. Bob's is into one right under his feet. Looks like a nice little jack. Little lean, clean fighting machine. Let's get it in. See, if you had a short rod now, a 10-footer, you'd be spotted.
You've got to watch that snag.
Going for it, innit? That's a nice fish, that. Small.
Nice and clean.
Yeah, and lean. You manage?
Yeah, a lot.
You got it? There you go.
Small one, isn't it?
Yeah, nice fish though. Future 30.
He hooked itself.
Has it unhooked it?
Yep.
It's a nice handy one.
No good when he unhooked himself. Got to watch. Get the hooks in the net.
It's always the one with the barb on. That's a lovely looking fish though, isn't it? It's feeding, look at the belly. Isn't it? I love them when they're like that.
Get back in a bit lively still out.
Yeah.
It's cold the water though.
There we go, another one. That's 5 fish on, 3 landed. That's a beautiful fish. It's not always the massive ones, people, that are the best ones. Some of these tiny little micro pike are just pristine, they're almost like lures. I think that's the first time that's ever been caught. And that literally was within, what, a foot of the bank?
Yep.
So it just shows you they're not all out in the open.
Once the bait came off, so
I would hazard a guess though that it's there to make sure something else doesn't eat it.
yeah. Right, Brent's gone now. We have to go home, so I've decided to move to a different part of the river now. As you can see, it's not quite as big, and it's only about 3 foot deep. I'm going to give it a go, see if I can get a couple of fish out, or one bite at least. The water's very shallow. I don't think there's going to be anything here, but you never know. Give it a chance. I've coarse fished here in the past, and we have had plenty of fish out. So there's plenty of silverfish. And I've got the roach on, and you can see the water's not as deep as down on the main river. But I'll give it a go. I'm going to fish where we've caught fish before, and we know there's silvers. I'm not sure if there's any pike here. And it's not bad for a small river, it's a depth. I'll get that one there. You can see the peg's a bit tight as well. I've got rods everywhere. I'm going to put that one there, and then I'm going to just put one in the middle here. Can't get one in anywhere else. Like a spider's web. But I'll get the depth done on this one and get it in. And it's not far off this, so we're fishing in the margin down there. You never know, there might be the odd jack about, but it just went totally dead down there. We had them 3 fish and 2 double runs, and we thought we went for a bumper day, and it just went dead. I think it was when the boat started moving. And there's loads of boats down there now, so it's a bit more peaceful up here. Give it a go, see if we can get a bite. And these roach are getting a bit worse for wear. I'll keep this one on, might change it. There's a few big chub in here, so I might put some lamprey on, see if we can get a bonus chub. I'll keep an eye on that. Got bait runners on, well, I'll put them on now. I'm not sure I'll get any bites here, but they may come up out of the way. There's plenty of silverfish here. There's a deeper hole there, so might have a chance there. And deepen off a bit more. You can see the roach is falling off. And the hooking's going to be a bit trickier. After, when I get this out, I'll see if I can get a better position with the unhooking mat and all the gear. Yeah, when we fished further down, we got bites straight away, and I think it was just the fish were feeding at that time, and then they just stopped feeding for whatever reason. I'll get that one in there, see if we can get a bite. I'll probably have to change the bait. Bit of an update now. Know what's happened. We're in the witching hour now, probably got about 40 minutes left, been here about 2 hours. And I'm thinking now probably should have stopped down on the main river. I just don't think the pike have moved into this area yet. Could be wrong, could be sat there just not hungry. There's plenty of small fish in here. But I haven't seen many top, to be honest, and there's just a few started topping now. So I've got a chance, I've got 40 minutes left. And deep down, to be honest, I don't think I'm going to get a bite. You know, in pike fishing sometimes you can just tell if you're going to get fish. And it doesn't seem like the right place to be. Should have stopped on the main river, where it's a bit deeper. And there's plenty of bleak and other fish down there. I'm sure the small silvers are still here. There's just one topped over there now and one over there. So they started moving now, and it might entice the pike to start swimming about a bit. I'm just not sure if there'll be any here. You never know. It's quite deep. Could be one sneaking about somewhere looking for some dinner. Let's just see if we can get one. Right, I think I'm getting a bit of activity on one of them. I don't know if something's just gone into the line. There may be some debris gone into the line. There's a few little twitches on it. I might be seeing things. I think it may have been something going into the line. If you get some debris coming down the river, and it hits the line, it gives you a bit of a twitch, and the water's so still. But I'm sure someone will having a nosy at it, but I'm probably wrong. It could be a small fish or a perch or something. And definitely something happened. And it's the only activity I've seen so far since I've been on this part of the river. I might be getting to that stage where I start seeing things. We've probably got about 20 minutes, maybe half an hour left. And this is the time when the pike will go on the hunt or the perch. Now, it could have been a perch nudging it. I'll keep an eye on that because sometimes it take a while to pick the baits up. Right, getting a bit of a run now. I'll just start to pack up, and that's the one. I think. Let's strike. It's proper shooting off. It's trying to go. It's not a chub. We're just packing up, and it's the one I was talking about with a bit of activity on. I'm sure it was the pike messing about with it earlier. And it's took it now. Not massive, but it's a fish, and it's took about 3 hours. And it's like I said, it's this time of day is the best time for pike, morning and evening, but sometimes you get them all day. And it's better than the ones I got on the main river. It's not massive, but I'm happy to get this one. And I see the hook's in its mouth, so. And that's, you see how it flicked out of the water then? That's because it's early in the season and they're still very active, the pike. And that's why we don't really fish for them in summer. You've got to start sometime. It's not happy this one. It's in the net now. Going crazy in the net now as well. Yeah, we'll just take a look at the pike. It's a bit better than the ones we had down there. It's actually de-hooked itself, this one. But it's still very active. Like I was saying, this time of year, when the water temperature's still a bit up, you've got to be on the ball, make sure it's a nicer pike than we had before. Didn't think we were going to get one. We're just packing up. We took the bait. I saw something messing with it earlier, about 10 minutes before that. But I wasn't sure if it was some debris. I let it recover. But I think that's about it for today. Been a good day. It's been good to get back out with Brent pike fishing. It's recovered now. Just let it go. So, as always, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you on the next pike session. I'm going to leave the last one in a bit. Give it 10 minutes. Right, I've just had another bit of an inquiry. It could have been, it's just gone 7 o'clock. I will just about to pack this one away now. I think that could have been something going into the line. It's still twitching a bit. I don't know if you can see it now. There's definitely something having a go at it. I'm going to strike on this one. Oh, this is... gone. That was a big fish. It's still on, it's coming towards me, that's why. Well, you can see how active they are. It's like when in the deep winter they're not as active as this. I don't think it's massive. It's proper going for it, this one though. Could be a chub. To be honest, it don't feel like a pike. I'm not sure, never had a chub take. No, it's a pike, it's a small one. And it's very active. I'll let it tire itself out a bit. Well, that's 2 fish just as the light's dropping and within 10 minutes of each other. I'm going to pack the other rod away. And this one, it proper shot off. It's going to jump, I think. But it felt like it had come off at one stage, but it was swimming towards me. And it's still active. The water's cold, and we've had a couple of frosts. But it's still, like I said, it's still early in the season. And you get them in winter. They do that now and again in full winter, but not as much as that. Right, another one in the net. I'll move it down to the thing and then I can unhook it better. Right, calm. It's about the same size as the other. I'm not even sure if it's the same one. It had a mark on it, so I'll have to tell when I open its gob. No, it's not the same fish. Right near its gill raker. A bit of an awkward peg. Another nice fish. The water's cold, the fish is pretty cold, but that one is really active. And it was proper going for it. And there's a bit of line coming off it. I don't know if it's see if I looked at one stage. Can't see out on it now. But another nice fish. And that's definitely my last cast. Let's get it back. Give it a bit of time to recover because it put up a good scrap, this one.